Okay, so I'm back again. I'm gonna try to end this with this video if I'm lucky and I don't get any more interruptions. Yeah, we know how that's gonna work out because I have the worst luck on the planet. Anyway, so all my scripts, like I said in the other video, I'm either gonna be black and Chinese or black and some other Asian form of another. Like I said, I have the worst luck on the planet. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm filming. I have to get back with you guys. If I can cut the damn thing off. Alright, that was a Facebook group. Like I said, I'm gonna try to end this with this video. If I didn't get any more interruptions. Murphy's Law, my best friend. Go on, brush your shoulders off, Murphy. Anyway, so as I was saying, I give you the character flaw. I'm going to be either Native American and black, or I'm going to be Asian and black of some sort. I'm never really going to try and play a person who's white and black, because most of us, I don't really look like people who are just white and black. But because I'm also white, it's not that I won't take that role. If it's offered, hell yeah, I'll take it. But I would prefer to have my Cherokee influence in some level or another. And the reason why I also said Asian and black is because Native Americans, by all accords, are Asian. Um, Also, since one of my favorite Asian actresses, Joan Chen, played a Native American in On Deadly Ground, why can't I play someone who's half Chinese? Anyway, it's called acting, people. It's called acting for a reason. And also, since another Chinese woman, who's another favorite actress of mine named Vivian Wu, also played Native American in Tales from the Crypt as Little Drum Beater. So you guys know I am fans. I'm never going to work with these ladies in my life. I know that. It would be great if I could, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm not a good actor, or at least for them. I would love to get a chance to prove that I can act at all outside of my own work. You know, it's kind of hard to prove you can do anything when no one wants to give you a chance. Now, I say that because I'm going to throw a studio under the bus here in Virginia. I'm not going to give the studio a name. I'm not going to promote the motherfuckers because they wouldn't give me a job. So, you know, oh, because I'm not a member of SAG, by the way. Unfortunately, when you're an independent filmmaker and you can't afford the SAG dues, because I've looked at shit up, I don't have $200 a month to just throw to somebody, especially when I'm not working. If I was a working actor, yeah, I'd join SAG. It wouldn't be an issue, you know, because I'd be a working actor. I'm not a working actor, so I can't join something that I can't afford to pay for. It's kind of like buying a BMW when you only can make a payment for a Honda. No, there's stupidity in everything, but you don't have to be a stupid person. Alright? So anyway, as I was saying, you know, there's a list, and I'm not on it. No matter what Hollywood production comes through here, I'm not on that list. I'm not on that list. So my acting, my ability to act, whatever the hell I want to do with this, it's not happening because when I go to these cattle calls, it's, well, Mr. Williams, you're a pretty nice guy, you're a pretty good-looking guy, but you're not, like, tall enough to be a model. We don't really come here for actors a lot. We mostly come here for comedians, and we come here for models. Now, if you're a woman, you can be a triple threat because if you come here for most of the time when we're looking for women, we look for singers, actresses, models. And if we're lucky, she might be a quadruple threat and we can get a comedian. But here's the thing. The hardest part of getting into this business of making movies is being discovered. The fact that you can or cannot act is really not a factor because they're going to let you know your strong points and your weaknesses and they're going to use that. They're not going to put you, if you're like action megastar, they're not going to put you in drama if you've never done a drama. I will never be the leading man in anything outside of my stuff. Alright? The problem with being the leading man in your own stuff is actually finding a woman who's willing to actually work with you in front of the camera. So, let's talk about my failed projects. All of them. Yes, you didn't see that coming, right? Of course you didn't. So everything that I've done from 2008 to current day has been an epic fail. So, let's count them down, shall we? My first movie I ever made was called Fallen Dragons. Alright? And in Fallen Dragons, the concept was these young kids, parents are poor. And so their parents volunteer their kids to get of the blood. The blood is made into a super serum because each of these kids somehow, when they were babies, had a genetic anomaly. The genetic anomaly, the doctor that tried to cure the genetic anomaly, which he did, gave the kids the antidote to the genetic anomaly. The genetic anomaly gave the kids good bill of health. However, that same doctor was a military scientist that injected all the anomalies into a group of soldiers branded the Dragons. Dragons were soldiers who went on the most covert missions, and they come to find out that they're all dying. To fix this problem, they need to find those 7 kids that their genetic mutation was given to them by that doctor to cure it. So these fallen dragons start kidnapping these college-age kids by now to get back so that they can stay alive. By the end of the film, because unfortunately I couldn't get 14 people, I had 3 guys playing dragons, and I had 2 girls, thank you Bowie sisters, playing the girls and the guys with me, and thank you Jay Diz. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I had to find it. It may be there, it may not be there. But anyway, the concept was that they needed the cure. And by the end, they got the cure, those who were supposed to stay alive. They weren't really bad guys. You'd be amazed at what you would do to save your life, and how far you will go and what damage you will do to other people's lives to save your own. And that's basically what the concept was. So, that was an epic fail. The main reason that epically failed was I couldn't get people to show up. And not so much that I couldn't get people to show up, and the fact that I got kidney stones, the fact that I couldn't get people to take roles. The Bowie sisters was great. They took the roles as the 2 chicks. I needed more chicks, but because it was supposed to be an equal amount. 7 good guys, 7 bad guys. The bad guys was only supposed to have 1 chick, and she was supposed to talk like The Rock. She's supposed to talk in first person or whatever. She's the only person in the whole movie supposed to talk like first person. I couldn't get a girl to be a bad guy to save my dick. So, epic fail, yes. The other side stream on that is that if it was ever really remade, I'd have to buy all of those actors out, or they'd have to reprise their role. I'm sure that no one's really down with reprising their role, and I don't have money to buy them out, so Fallen Dragons will never get remade unless some Hollywood production can give each one of my actors what they want out of it. I don't have any of their contacts anymore. They're somewhere in the shed. I have their names somewhere in the shed, but I don't have their contacts. The Bowie sisters were UVA students. Phil, the guy that played my brother, was a UVA student. Actually, half the cast was UVA students except for Josh, myself, and Bruce Johnson. Everyone else, Phil, Lewis, the Bowie sisters, God damn it, Adrian Cal, and damn it, I can't think of his name. Anyway, the guy that was like the main Asian bad guy, not my brother, because that's Adrian Cal. Eric Chen. Eric Chen, Phil Reed, Adrian Cal, and the Bowie sisters, and Lewis, who was from Africa, were all UVA students when we made this way back in 2000, because that's when it begun. I had to make this movie to go to the studio that would not give me a job, and then they didn't do Kung Fu movies, but that was a lie because Scott Adkins made a lot of Kung Fu movies for that studio, and you guys can take that shit up with Scott Adkins. Anyway, they wouldn't give me a job, and they never gave my damn movie back. Sundance got my movie, and Sundance sent it back with a horrible letter about how we don't do Kung Fu movies, and yet, within 2 weeks of that, they aired a Kung Fu movie. And with the same day that they gave me my movie back, I was held up by the ATF agents for them thinking that I was a Charlottesville serial rapist who's actually 6 feet tall and 270 pounds, where I'm only 5'3.5", and I'm lucky if I reach $130, which I didn't reach $130 until I got into the military. Now I can't go over $125 because of my hip replacement. Okay, so that's the long and short of that. My next epic fail was Dragon's Breath. In Dragon's Breath, my character had a Chinese father, and everything was going great except for the starring female decided that she didn't want to be in the movie. the day of production. Like the day after rehearsal, I got a call. Mr. Lee, thank you. Uh, Charles, thank you. Josh, thank you. And Taz, thank you. And to the lady who was stumbled into the film, thank you. And to the other ladies who stumbled in for my dream scene as my girlfriend, thank you. Your butts are in my film. Alright, so that being said, it was an epic fail because, again, I couldn't get the people that I needed to film. And when you don't have money, you can't get people. When you can't get people, you don't have a movie. Alright? So, that was an epic fail. Now, I will say also thanks to Miss, I can't think of her name, but she does things on uh, whatever channel it is, but she's also a dancer. She's a dance instructor. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't remember your name. And there were other dancers in the movie, and I couldn't teach them kung fu because even though they were dancers, they couldn't take the starring female role because they were too damn stiff. The starring female needed to know martial arts, and I couldn't teach somebody martial arts in less than 3 days. It just wasn't going to happen because I was focused on trying to get the film to work right, and everything went to hell in a handbasket. So, Fallen Dragons, Dragon's Breath, epic fails. So then I did a movie with Lewis again called The Cleanup. I'm pretty sure Chris and Josh weren't in that. And I also did a movie called The Clone Affair, where me and Josh, because we brought Chris in later. Me and Josh would fight ourselves, and again, that was an epic fail. It was a 3-man movie. You know, it was all filmed on green screen. I was the bad guy and the good guy, and it's probably on YouTube somewhere. Anyway, that being said, A Clone Affair, The Cleanup, Fallen Dragons, Dragon's Breath, all 4 movies, epic fail. So then I did Path of Ascension. Again, epic fail. Path of Ascension was the last thing I did to spawn off Guardians of the Earth. Now, Path of Ascension, the concept was simple. I was a guy who inherited the leadership role from a father who was a hero, and all of his heroes' sons were supposed to be the next generation of heroes, which was supposed to be me, then Chris, then Josh, and then Charles. Alright, so the issue was when we made the film, because I did a lot of the filming on my own with me and a statue of a dragon, in which I talk like this. So that concept was pretty good. Then we had fireballs and stuff in there, and Bruce Johnson was putting our shit together. Well, he had a whole bunch of stuff going on in his life that he did not discuss with me. Alright? So that being said, that is on YouTube somewhere also. So all the guys who were in the film, they kind of got a little mad at me because I have more film time, and me and this damn dragon statue has more film time than they have. And I said, well, it's kind of y'all fault, you know. The reason why me and Josh has the most film time is because me and Josh did all of the damn filming. We go to these places, we set up the camera, we improvise, and we do the filming, we work the shit out. Y'all didn't want to do it. Y'all just popped in at the last minute and decided, okay, well, can we film this today and this today? And that's all I got of you, so that's all I could put in there. And then the final fight scene where they jump me up at the amphitheater, you know, that's like the longest scene that Chris and Charles has, while the most of the film revolves around me and Josh, because me and Josh got out and got done what we needed to do. Now, everybody got mad, so I said, okay, well, how about we bring those characters back in a miniseries and call it Guardians of the Earth. Alright? So Guardians of the Earth was born. So we entered in my new friend Courtney Monroe, and my new friend Tay, and my new friend Rodney. I'm not going to give Tay's full name out because he didn't like it, so when I put the cast list up, I put it in under Tay Brown. I didn't put his whole name in because him and I had that discussion, and I didn't want to go against his wishes. So we filmed 7 episodes, which is in somebody's desk in Alabama. And that being said, we worked really hard on it. I mean, we worked really, really hard on it. I mean, it was like the best shit I've ever done. Now, the first episode's 45 minutes long. It's dry until like possibly like that last 15 minutes. That first bit of us talking and explaining and exploring, and then me walking off, and then Tay walking in the background with nobody seeing him and all that bright white and stuff, and the four guys that were in the original were all talking, and things are going somewhat well, and other things started going wrong. First thing went wrong, the fourth warrior didn't want to film in the first place, and he should have told me that, so that we could have just killed him off instead of waiting and waiting. The fifth warrior that we were going to accept in, who actually would have been the sixth warrior, because Tate was actually going to be the fifth warrior, he didn't come in, and he refused to work. So right from the jump, shit just started going wrong. You know, reliability is important when you're making an independent film, and if you're not very reliable, this is not the business for you. So we're filming, then we put everything together, we bring it into the Fear Forest and all kinds of stuff, and so that we didn't have to use so much special effects, we brought in prop swords and things, and those fight scenes worked out better than I could have expected with the special effects. So there you go. You know, I had everything set, everything was good, and then, like I said, the last two guys just did not want to show up, and they live in the same neighborhood as me, which was bullshit, but it is what it is. So that being said, we're moving along, we're doing everything, we're doing all our filming, we're filming all over Charlottesville, and everything is going well, again, with the exception of the last guys not wanting to show the fuck up for filming. Alright? So then we throw a couple of twists in there, and we're 6 episodes in. So then we get to the final episode, 7th episode, so we're going to have the grand finale, which is filmed at front of the Nexus Lexus building in Charlottesville, right downtown, because that little square area was like the best place to film. Plus we filmed the dream scene down there with Chris and Courtney, and it was fucking awesome. And then we had to do all that stuff. And again, this is sitting on somebody's desk in Alabama. I'm not happy, but they have it, and if they just send it back to 512 Rougemont, Charlottesville, Virginia, that would be great. However, I'm pretty sure that they're not going to get it if they ever get the fuck out of jail, because they attacked Bruce and took it from him. Alright? So it doesn't have any special effects except for like maybe in a couple of scenes in that. But all 7 episodes are on that 1 fucking terabyte. And they're fucking awesome. Plus all my lost footage is on there because somebody watched the fight scene that we had and they didn't fast forward back to the end of that shot, and we fucking recorded over it. So I'll never have that fight scene unless it's on that terabyte. And it needs to be on that terabyte because my luck is just that bad that it's there, because I don't have it on any of the tapes. Alright, so that being said, everything that I've done, because Guardians of the Air Force was the last thing I did, and when production was over, my life went from I can do anything to giving me the finger. Like, really, really quickly. Everything started going to hell in the handbasket. Bruce lost his job, my girlfriend left me, and I was making a movie so that her and I would never have to work ever again, because the stuff was so good that once you saw it, you would know who I am. I would have more than the 47 followers that I have here. With 54 followers. I'm sorry, I haven't had a good time to check this week. I'm not giving you a sob story. I'm just giving you the truth on how things can go from 100 to 0 in a matter of minutes. And you know, people have bad luck, and they tell you how bad luck happens to them in 3s. Well, bad luck happens to me in 7 and 8s. Because from the second he lost his job, and I lost my girlfriend, and then everything that could go wrong went wrong, like back to back to back to back to back. I mean, you name it, and it was going wrong to me. Car broke down, everything. It was like one thing after the other. My car broke down. I had to drift it down the hill to a parking spot. It just kept going. I mean, everything that could possibly on earth go wrong in 2010 went wrong. And I mean everything. The worst thing was my girlfriend leaving me. You know, that was probably about the worst. That was like the nail in the coffin that really rolled the ball. And then Bruce losing his job kind of stopped the production of getting the special effects in. And instead of him just saying, look, as your friend, I need to be honest with you, I can't put the special effects in. Which would have saved me a lot of problems, because I would have found somebody that could do it. It would have cost me a little bit of money, but I would have found somebody that could do it. But he wanted to be a friend and decided, instead of just being an honest friend, took it with him. And then everything went to hell from there. He got jumped. My computer got taken. My hard drive got taken. As you can see, the ball just kept going. And it just never stopped from there to this day. Because I only have yay so many followers. Nothing I've done has been successful in this business. And you can't get famous in this business if no one sees you. If no one's looking at your shit. Or if no one gives a damn. And if you're not given proper chances, then you can have a dream. And that's all it will be. It will be a dream. I don't want to not make movies. I don't want to make movies for fame and fortune. I really don't. I want to make movies because they make me happy. There's a happiness behind it. There's an adulation you feel when you're behind this camera. When you're behind this camera and you say action and you have some of your best friends or people who just want to help you out making moves and like boom, 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 and y'all worked it out. It's like boom, 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 you know, and everything is great and it's flying and it's flowing and you can just feel it when you put this movie together. It's going to be the thing that propels you into the career that you want to do, because if you find a job that makes you happy, it's not a job. It's life and it's fun. Where if you're pushing a broom or burgers or whatever the hell it is you have to do to get where you have to get to, you're just living. You're not alive. You're living. And I've been living since 2000. I want to be alive. I want to make movies because they make me happy. I'm not really giving a flying shit about how much I get paid. I want to get enough paid so that I can eat and have a home of my own, but I want to make movies because they make me happy. You know, I want to be happy. And I may never find another girlfriend like the one I had. I may never find another person that I can consider the love of my life. But I will say this. I don't need that. If I'm making films, I'm happy. And I want to be happy. I don't give a damn about nothing else. I just really want to be happy. Kung Fu made me happy. I didn't get to shine in the military the way I wanted to. And some of the movies that I made came back to bite me in the ass with Drill Sergeant Stoltz and Drill Sergeant White when I was in Bravo. And it really came back to bite me in the ass because it was like, oh, you're such a tough martial artist, but you can't handle this. And I was like, you know, you don't know how hard it is to not want to hit somebody in the mouth when you really need to hit them in the mouth. Alright? And then the fact that I went in at 37, my heart was broke, my life was destroyed, and to have these guys just chunk on me and bitch me out, and they know I can't touch them. They've watched my videos, they know that I know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm not legally allowed to touch them, just like they're not legally allowed to touch me. The difference is they can abuse their power, and they did. It's done is done. All forgiven, water under the bridge. They may never ever like me. They may never ever watch another video that I ever do. And that's fine. They have that. They can do that. I like Drill Sergeant White a lot more than I like Drill Sergeant Stoltz. Drill Sergeant Stoltz just hated my guts. And then Drill Sergeant White started hating my guts right thereafter. But what's done is done. You know, you can hate me all you want. Now, when I got to Bravo, it wasn't that bad until I got hurt. Once I got hurt, there was nothing for me left there. When I got to golf, the first time, drill sergeants abused their power, and I said that if I go back, my next stop was going to be Fort Bragg, because no 25-year-old is going to keep telling me what to do and abusing their power and say, you go over here, and then the other guy comes out and makes me go back over there, and then they just fuck me left and right as much as they could without, you know, there's nothing I can do in my private. I have to do what the fuck they tell me to do. That's my job. So they did that to make an example of me. But what happened in my head was, because I've been street fighting all my life, that if I go back over there, I'm going to snap some necks. And I'm not going to give a fuck. Because you're only a soldier when you have a weapon in your hand. I've been fighting since before those fuckers were born. Not just because I wanted to, but because I had to, and because I've been fighting in the streets. And by the time I was 16, I was taught some shit that they no longer teach in the Army by Green Beret. So hurting them was not an option, but it was always a thought. It's like, I could kill these guys if I really wanted to, you know, because it don't take much to collapse a windpipe. All I gotta do is make it to the target. I collapse your windpipe, your fight's done. You know, good punch, snake, crane, jab that bitch in there, good to go. However, I joined the Army because my heart was broken. I needed a family. I found one in Delta, and I needed to serve this country, and I didn't get to serve the way I wanted to. That has nothing to do with the video, but I'm just pointing that out on why everything just kept going from bad to worse. When I got hurt in Bravo, I never thought that I would be shipped to another department. I thought they was gonna just CHS my ass on out. So then I got to golf, and then my mental capacity just went, okay, you're gonna fucking kill these guys. So I didn't go back. And I refused training, so Then they got me into Delta. I never wanted to leave. I wanted to stay there. I wanted to stay with Drill Sergeant Haynes and Aztec Warrior and Drill Sergeant Omberg. Drill Sergeant Amiskwa is Aztec Warrior. It took me a long time to get his name right. He didn't like me either, but he was the only one in that company that just didn't like me. And maybe Drill Sergeant Jess. But everybody else was okay. You know, we got this old man and this motherfucker. Father Time, New Dick, whatever the hell you want to call me. Anyway, or as they like to call me, 255, Old Dick. Still got my belt. Anyway, and I still ain't got nothing but love and respect for Delta Company. Anyway, moving on with my epic fails in movies, you know, besides the fact that they came back to bite me in the ass for Bravo. You know, the whole principle of the thing was that when you're making films and you have no budget, you have to improvise and you have to do things. And my entire life was riding on that Guardians of the Earth. My entire life was riding on it. Everything that I ever thought I could possibly get was riding on those 7 episodes. And the special effects needing to be put in there so that, you know, people were like, okay, we see what the story you're telling. We see how good of an epic you're doing this. You know, you're going to make this right. It's going to do this. And if the right production company sees it, or the right movie company sees it, be like, you know, let's remake this whole damn movie. That's because altogether, it's a 2-hour flick, you know, because each episode had to be cut. Because at the time I was making it, YouTube only allows you to have like maybe 30 minutes. Now YouTube doesn't give a shit, so I could have put all 7 episodes into one fucking movie, and it'd have been great. It'd have been a 2.5-hour flick at best. Because with the bloopers and stuff, it would have probably been a 3-hour film, but 2.5 hours at best, because of the fact that the first episode was 45 minutes long, and every episode after that, the second episode is 15 minutes, the third episode was 15 minutes, the fourth episode was 30 minutes or 25 minutes, the fifth episode, because it was like in the cusp of the middle, I know that for sure I cut to be maybe 10 minutes. The 6th and 7th episode, both of those were 30 minutes. So like I said, about 2 hours and 45 minutes roughly without bloopers. So, you know, it was a good story. You know, at least the concept was good. And I got to do my voiceover acting as the dragon and as the 2 statues, the gargoyle statues. So I would do like this, and I would talk. And then I would like do scenes with other people. I would change it a little bit, be like, yes, you know that this is how it has to be. You know, I would try to emulate Megatron or Galvatron or Rodimus Prime or somebody like that, so that you would know that it was someone talking, but it wasn't me. So yeah, I have a fair amount of talent that I have. I just haven't been able to utilize it because no one's watching my videos. Nothing that I've made up here on YouTube has gone viral. And you know, I have been fighting and dealing with the I should quit while I'm ahead thing, you know. The problem is, I've never been a quitter in anything in life, ever. Now, getting discharged from the Army, that wasn't my choice, because Drill Sergeant Burge will tell you I was in his office in tears begging for a day 1 restart, and they said that they could not do that because bullets and beans cost money and you need to go home. I didn't want to go home. I had nothing to come home to. I don't have children. I don't have a life. There's no point of coming home. However, making movies has helped me with my mental issues. It's helped me with my depression. My depression really didn't sink all the way in until I got discharged from the Army, and then I was just like fucked up. So I started drinking. I didn't do any other drugs. I drank a lot. I fucking drink damn near every weekend. I was basically a functioning alcoholic without being an alcoholic. I wasn't a full-blown alcoholic. I got a lot of buzzes in. And so after my money ran out and I caught on, you know, I got some help for that. I got some help for my depression. Thank you, Dr. Bishop. And then we came up with a plan. So I wrote a graphic novel called Love 13. Basically, it's all about women. Then I'm working on my second graphic novel called American Konoichi. Again, basically all about women. I made these things because I can't, one, afford a mental health care specialist, and two, there really is no cure for depression other than to not get depressed. So when I have depressive feelings, I take out that flash drive and I get my black ass to typing. And I need to start chapter 3. Hopefully this weekend I will do that. But you know, for the most part, it's been a pretty fun ride. You know, and I want to make movies because movies make me happy. I don't really want to make movies for the fame and fortune, although that would help. And I would rather have the fame than the fortune, but you need the fortune to live. You don't really need to live, but you need your own home. You know, if I was making Ellen DeGeneres money, I'd be off the fucking chain, you know. So I want to make a stable amount of money where I'm not broke, but I don't have issues where I'll be like the actors and the singers that get famous and then have nothing by the time they're in their 50s and 60s. And since I'm 45 years old, I don't have a whole lot of time. It's make it or break it time for me now. So if you're watching this and you guys can make any of my videos go viral, that would be great. Which is why I need you guys to also go to Kung Fu Havoc #1 and check out some of my old videos there. Which is probably where you'll find the Path of Ascension, by the way. And you'll find my birthday salute to Twee Train, who was the Yellow Power Ranger and my favorite. And had she not died, my future wife, because I was totally in love with her at the time. But anyway, that being said, moving on to finish this video, you know, it doesn't take much to get things done. It takes opportunity, willing people to work and show up, and a strong work ethic to get things done. So, to quote Roman Reigns from Monday Night Raw this week, this is not an I quit retirement speech for my YouTube page. This is, I'm going to find a new direction, and you're going to enjoy it. So, hang on. I'm just getting started. But if anybody out there knows how I can get in touch with Netflix, Apple, or anybody else who can help me put this graphic novel into mass production, that would be great. And also, if we can turn it into a cartoon, it can only be for adults. So HBO, that's where you come in, because it would be like the Spawn cartoon. But it also has graphic stuff that kids probably really shouldn't be watching or reading. This book is not for children in any way, shape, or form. American Koanichi will be a little bit better for children because there won't be any sexual orientations or violence in it. But there will be violence in it of just straight martial art violence. But Love 13 has graphic violence that made these young women become the heroes that they will become. That being said, I'm James Williams. This is Kung Fu Havoc #2. Days of Our Lives is on, and I'm going to stop this video right here, right now. Okay, I'm going to attempt to stop this video right here, right now. That's 30 minutes of your life that you can't get back. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm James Williams Jr., and this was basically a heart-to-heart, but that's not what it's going to be titled. Or maybe it will be. Be seeing ya.